Hey guys, it's CryStyle, and today I'm going to go over the #1 question that all of our salons and stylists get asked, whether it's email, texting, or phone calls. And you guessed it, how much are hair extensions? Wow, what a loaded question, right? But today I'm going to walk you through how we break down our pricing for our hair extensions. We have 5 different methods that we offer that are all quite popular, and there's 4 different ways that the pricing can vary, and I'm going to go over all of it for you. So by the time I'm done, you should have an idea how much it would cost if you're thinking you'd like to get hair extensions. All right, guys, so like I mentioned, we have 5 methods. What are they? We have tape-ins, we have weft, we have I-tip, we have K-tip, and then we also have a line of temporary hair extensions. So first of all, we have to pick which is going to be right for you, which will be determined between you and your stylist. The next thing that will affect your pricing is the quality of hair that you choose. Now, at Hottie Hair, we take quality very seriously. So you basically have better and best to choose from. So in our Remy Chic line, our hair will last you about 6 to 8 months, which is at its price point. And then we also have virgin hair extensions, which can last you a year plus, which of course are quite a bit more expensive, but it's more of like an investment. And then we have our temporaries, which is a quick fix, very affordable. They start as low as $180. Now, how long and thick do you want your hair? Are you just wanting a little bit of volume? Are you wanting a little bit of length, a lot of length, va boom, or just something very subtle? Whatever that looks like for you, it's going to determine how much your hair extensions are going to cost. And then finally, we have maintenance. Every method has different maintenance. Some might be 6 weeks, some might be 8 weeks, some you might be able to push to 12. It really just depends on you. And of course, if you have temporary hair extensions, you don't have any maintenance at all. So anyways, I'm gonna go over all of this with you to help you understand how our pricing works. So the first method we're gonna talk about is probably the most tried and true and popular, and it is tape-ins. You've all heard of them, I'm sure. This was one of the first methods I personally learned when we first started doing hair extensions like 15 years ago. So like I told you, we have 2 different types of hair that we sell. This one is our Remy Chic line. It's a slow processed Eastern European hair. It lasts about 6 to 8 months. But as you can see, it's super soft, it's Remy. A lot of our customers are super happy even just with our medium quality hair. So this bundle is $125. Obviously something like this, one bundle would maybe give you a little bit more volume, but if you're trying to get length, you're gonna need more packs of these. So this pack is $125. Most people need about 4. But if you want lots of volume and thickness, or your hair is super short and you're trying to go super long, you could do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 packs. It really just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Now, when you want to get the hair installed, the $125 a pack is just for the actual hair. So it's like you bought your hair, you own it. But you have to pay the stylist to install it. So each one of these packs are about $90 to install. And I just want to say that when we install extensions, specifically tape-ins, we are very thorough. Your stylist is going to remove any tape and residue from your hair. They're going to remove any tape and residue from your hair extension. They are going to scrub your scalp, shampoo you, wash you, deep condition you, and perfectly reinstall them. So you're getting a very high quality install. It's not a quick, let me open it and shove it back in there. So just keep that in the back of your mind when it comes to pricing for installations. Now, this is our more expensive hair. This is our virgin hair, which basically means the cuticle is pretty much closed, and it's more like stained kind of hair. It's not really gone through much processing. if any at all. This hair is really soft, really beautiful, and it will last you about a year. I've seen people make it last 2. It just depends how you treat your hair at home. So anyways, a bundle of these, I think these are 22s. This is $300. Yes, $300 for this bundle of hair. You're gonna need anywhere from 3 to 6 bundles of it, most likely. But you gotta think of it as like an investment. You spend that money up front, and then you just keep reusing it over and over for the next year or 2. And as far as the installation pricing goes, it's the same for either quality hair. So just remember, it's $90 for 10 pieces, which is 5 sandwiches. Most people need at least about 40 pieces, which is 20 sandwiches, which comes out to $350 for the install. And then as far as the hair goes, our 6 to 8 month line is $125 per bundle of 10 pieces. And our virgin line is $300 for 10 pieces or 5 sandwiches. And in our virgin line, we also offer an 18-inch, which is 4 inches shorter than this, but those are $200 a bundle. If you're thinking that you want the virgin quality, but try to find a more affordable way to obtain it, we do have in the 18-inch is $200 a bundle. So hopefully that math is helping you guys understand. I think tape-in is a fabulous method. It's one of my favorites, but I'm gonna go over all of them for you. So next we're gonna go over Keratin Bond, or what we know as K-tip. This is a bundle of 25 strands, and this hair, we typically with K-tip, we like to use new hair every time. Now, some stylists will reuse Keratin Bond. I will tell you why we don't. Because when Keratin Bonds are removed, you get kind of this flaky, crumbly, powdery stuff on the hair, and you're trying to keep it together and not let it fall on the ground, and it's a little messy. So at Hottie Hair, we really prefer to use fresh, new Keratin Bond hair every time. With that being said, it's still affordable, even replacing the hair every time. So this is a bundle of 25 strands. Most people will need anywhere from 75 strands to like 125 strands. This bundle is $125, and to install it, it is also $125. So you're looking about $250 for a bundle about this thick for hair and install, and you put it in and you leave it in. I would say on average people leave these in for about 3 months before removing them, but everyone's different. Some people might leave them in for longer, some people might take them out shorter. It's a very durable extension. So if you like to pull your hair up, or you're worried about your extensions falling out, you sweat a lot, anything where you feel like you need something really durable, I would say K-tips is the way to go. So just remember, one bundle for hair and install is $250, and you're probably gonna need anywhere from 3 to 6 bundles. All right, next I'm gonna talk to you about the method or methods that have the most options, and that's gonna be Weft. I'm sure when you look online and you look at Instagram or TikTok, you basically just hear hand-tied weft, and you think that's what it is, right? Weft is all hand-tied weft. Of course, not at Hottie Hair. We have to have a bunch of different ways to get the same thing done. So at Hottie Hair, we have beaded weft, we have hand-tied weft, and we have a butterfly weft. How does that pricing work? It's just a little bit different depending on how we do it. A beaded weft has no thread in it, so it's only beads. Those are $95 per row. Most people need anywhere from 2 to maybe 4 rows if you're doing a beaded weft. A hand-tied weft is probably what you're most familiar with, which is a combination of beads and hand stitching over the beads. With this method, generally we see 1 to 3 rows, and we charge $150 per row. And then our third method is our newest method, which is also gaining popularity quite quickly. It's known as a butterfly weft install. This is with no threads, beads only, and we charge $125 per row. With this method, I would recommend 1 to 3 rows. And with that being said, I'll start by showing you the butterfly weft hair. So this is our butterfly weft hair. It's 50 grams. The quality is like superb. And if you look at how thin it is at the top, it's meant to lay real smooth and flat to the hair. And it opens almost like a book, which I'm not gonna try to do that right now, but you just pull your hair through the holes at the top and just beat it in. There's no beads exposed, there's no thread exposed. This is probably your most invisible method. So if you're interested in a butterfly weft, this weft is $450. You can probably use it anywhere from 6 to 8 months. And then the install is $125 per row, which one bundle is pretty much 1 row. Now, if we move over to what we call a mini weft, but you might know it as a genius weft. It's nice and thin at the top. Unlike traditional hand-tied wefts, it can be cut and it will not unravel. This hair can be beaded in, or we can do the hand-tied method. So just like I told you before, for a beaded row, it's $95 per row, which you're probably looking anywhere from 1 to 3 rows. And for a hand-tied method, it's $150 per row, which again, you're probably looking anywhere from 1 to 3 rows. In some rare cases, people will get 4 or 5 rows. It just depends on the situation, but average, people get about 2 or 3 rows. So this is our mini weft, and this bundle is $600. It's gorgeous. I mean, look, this is platinum, and just look at that shine, how soft it is. I mean, I just really love our quality. You know, I love it. So this bundle is $600, and I told you the pricing for the installs. And then here is the most common weft that you're probably all familiar with. I call this a machine weft, but you might know it as a volume weft. Basically, it's much thicker at the top. It's very different than like a genius weft. One of the things I do like about these wefts is if you're really looking for a voluminous look, like hair that kind of stands off the head, this is what you're gonna go with. With that being said, if you have fine textured hair, I would not recommend a volume or machine weft. It's gonna be a lot more difficult to hide the extension. For that, I would recommend either our mini weft, genius weft, or a butterfly weft. So for the volume weft, it's $400 for a 20-inch and $600 for a 26-inch. Most people need 1 to 2 bundles. And then again, the pricing per row is the same as I said before, where a beaded weft is $95 per row, and then a hand-tied weft is $150 per row. So now you can understand when you call and ask how much are my hair extensions gonna be, it's a pretty loaded question because there's a lot of options, but hopefully I kind of helped break this down for you. I know the weft method is probably the most popularized right now, and we have lots of options, which just means we can get you the hair of your dreams. So next, let's get into eye tips. And let me tell you, I just grabbed this bundle of hair. You guys, this is hands down the softest hair we have. I can't believe it. It's our hair and I'm in shock. These are eye tips. So I just want to let you know that there's a couple unique things about Hottie Hair eye tips. First of all, this is virgin hair. You will easily reuse this for a year, up to 2 years. Second of all, our eye tips are custom made for us with a rubberized tip. What does that mean? Well, if you've had eye tips before, normally they're kind of sealed at the top more with a different, it's like a keratin or something, where when it's being smashed in those beads, maintenance after maintenance, sometimes it'll kind of come apart. and it'll start to ruin your eye tips. And you might see your hairstylist spraying the tips with hairspray, trying to roll it back together. Well, we know that that's a problem. So for our eye tips, they are rubberized, which means you can use these tips over and over and over, and they will not come apart on you. And this hair is stunning. With that being said, this is 22 inches of virgin hair. This bundle of 25 strands is $300. The installation for 25 strands is $100. So the math is pretty easy on this. Basically, one bundle of hair, $300 for the hair, $100 for the install, $400 a bundle. Most people need about 4 bundles, which puts you at about $1,600. But that kind of helps you do the math, $400 a bundle. This is a wonderful method. It's kind of like, it's pretty premium, guys. So that's eye tips. So we're almost done. But let's say you're in a category where you want to test drive hair extensions, but you don't know if you're ready to make the big investment. Well, we have a solution for you. We call them temporary hair extensions, or you might know them as DIY, do it yourself. But they look like anything but do it yourself. You'd be surprised. A good set of clip-ins or an instant will instantly look like a full head of extensions. So let's get into it. Here is a set of clip-in extensions. Our clip-in extensions also come in different qualities. We have Indian quality, which is on the lower range, and then we also have a Russian quality, which is our higher quality priced hair. Our clip-ins range in pricing from $180 all the way up to $350. And for the lengths, it goes anywhere from 18-inch all the way up to 26-inch. So that you probably just want to come in. You can actually try them on yourself, or if you don't live near one of our salons, we can ship them to you. But you're looking anywhere from $180 to $350. We have all different qualities, all different colors. This one I'm holding is in our coffee color line. This is an example of our Russian clip-ins. These are 18 inches, and this bundle of hair is $250, just to give you an idea. So that's clip-ins for you. And then we also have what I call instant hair extensions. If you haven't seen something like this before, these are really good for someone who maybe struggles with styling their own hair. Like it might be hard for you to separate and know where to put all the clips. Maybe you have finer textured hair and you're worried about the clips kind of putting tension on your hair. This is definitely your solution. And it basically just goes over the top of your head. We tighten it to your head, and then we pull your hair out over the top, almost like a headband. These are awesome. As far as temporaries go, my favorite is actually our instant hair extensions. This is what I'll do if I want really long hair all of a sudden, want to add some volume, but I just don't want to deal with the commitment of something permanently attached to my hair. So these come in 16-inch all the way up to 24-inch, and the pricing starts at $160 and it goes all the way up to $300. I will say the difference with our instant hair is we don't make it in a Russian premium quality right now. So just know if you're buying instant hair, I would probably want to replace it maybe every 4 to 6 months. And with all temporary extension hair, I always say treat it like dry clean only. Dry shampoo is going to be your friend. Don't wear it to bed, hang it up in the closet. If you do want it shampooed and conditioned, you can bring it into our salon and we can do it professionally for you. But yeah, if you want to test drive hair extensions, you can do it. And like I said, the pricing is going to range anywhere from $160 all the way up to $350. You can come into our salon and try it on in person, or we can ship to you. So I hope that answered all your questions. So there are 4 hidden costs that sometimes get overlooked when you're looking into getting into hair extensions. The first one being your maintenance cost. Keep in mind that every 6 to 8 weeks, you will need maintenance on your hair extensions. The price of maintenance is generally the same as your original installation cost. So subtract the cost of the hair, but whatever you paid for the install is probably what you're looking to pay every 2, maybe 3 months. The second one is if you ever decide to stop wearing your hair extensions, which is a removal fee. This is a simple $95 an hour. Generally, we can get your extensions out within an hour, unless it's something like Keratin Bond or something a little more labor intensive that could take longer. But yes, if you ever decide to remove them for a short time period, you will pay a fee to have them removed. The third hidden cost would be color matching. Most of the time, we can match your hair to the extension hair seamlessly without any additional costs. However, sometimes we might need to customize the extension hair to match your hair, or vice versa. You might like the extension hair and want your hair toned to match the color of the extension hair. In this case, there would be an additional fee, whatever it would be, whether it's a toner, a solid color, highlighting, etc. And fourth would be the products that you take home to use. It is so important. Your hair extensions is like purchasing a luxury car. You're not going to get $30 oil changes anymore. We'll just put it that way. So when you're at home shampooing, conditioning, heat protecting your hair, not only do you need to use those things, but they need to be really high quality salon grade products. Also, whenever you get hair extensions with us, we send home with you, free of charge, a Hottie Hair wet brush, which is all of our favorite brushes, not just because it says Hottie, but we love these wet brushes. My kids love them, my friends love them. So you get one of these to take home with you free of charge. You also get a free comb to help separate and part your hair. And if you purchase clip-in or DIY hair extensions, you do get a beautiful silk bag to store your extensions in at home. And that's the 4 hidden costs that come with getting hair extensions. So now you probably have a good idea about how much your hair extensions might cost you. They can start on a low range for about $650 for a full head, all the way up to $3,000 plus. But what I recommend is that you come in and get a free consultation. All of our consultations are free. You can meet with one of our hair extension specialists and go over all of our methods and what would be perfect for your hair. Just keep in mind, when you look online and you see these really cheap deals, maybe $200-300 for a full head of extensions, consider this. What quality of hair are they using? How much hair are you getting? How long is that hair? And also, how experienced is the stylist doing your hair? Are they going to cut corners, or are they going to do a very thorough job? All these things can make the difference between having the hair of your dreams and destroying the hair that you have. So hopefully this helped you out. If you have any other questions that you'd like me to go over, please email us any questions you have, like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.